Perfect. So if anybody would like to share anything about last week that particularly struck a chord, that would be lovely.
I like the app, the seller amp, because it told you what your potential profit was.
Absolutely. And profit is the most important part of this business. Turnover is absolutely irrelevant. There's a big long saying about it, which I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but I think it's turnover is vanity, cash in the bank is sanity. So it's all about profit. It isn't about turnover. Although, to be fair, every person on this call does it in a different way for a different reason. So there is a back end part to many of the strategies that are likely to come out of this. In general, try and make a profit out of everything that you're going to sell. Anything else?
I think one of the reflections from me from last week, it was very much what we were talking about spreading your risk. You know, like stocks and shares, it's going to be a bit from that, a bit from that, a bit from that, and a bit from that. And I think you knowing that and going into that with that being your strategy, it's like you're not going in to make loads on that one product. It's spreading your risk. So that sinking in with me that, you know what, if that's what we're going to do, then yeah, it's just having enough of a selection of products at different profits to be able to make it worthwhile, isn't it?
So a lot of products are seasonal, whether we like it or not. There's certain times of the year when people think about things more. I think this is probably one of the times of the year when you're likely to do slightly more skincare because we feel it. We've got chapped lips, we've got skin feeling a bit tight and whatever, and we're going to go and reach for a moisturizer of some description. Mascara and sort of makeup in general is going to be when we have to be on show or on parade. So that is going to do that. Obviously, the dry oil is going to be when the sun comes out or we're away on a holiday that we need it for. So seasonally, we're always going to have stuff that sells more. But in general, there will be a lot of evergreen products that we can find where we can spread wide across and just take a little bit off each one every single time. And that's actually how the stock market works. There are times when you're going to do heaps more, there are times when you're going to do less, but it's down to you to find what works for your business. Now, every single one of us on here could have exactly the same products in stock, but we'd all sell differently for different reasons. So following somebody else is not necessarily going to mean you're going to be successful. So you need to find what is working for you and the customers that buy from you. Because the chances are when they buy on Amazon, when they want that product again, they're just going to click in and say, buy, and it'll take them back to the person they bought from before. Now, if they're out of stock, so always try and keep at least one. They go elsewhere because they say other sellers have this.
Yeah.
Now they won't do that if you've got something in stock, either at Amazon or online. So it's really important that you stay on top of your business. Anybody else want to share?
I spent a lot of time scanning random things in places like Body Care and Savers and like even Boots of like some like sale stuff and Boots and stuff. My friend posted a picture of a duvet cover that was on sale at a shop and I was like, oh, I wonder how much money I could make on that. So I spent a lot of my week scanning lots of random things in shops.
I love that. Please don't get kicked out of those shops. I had a very young man who I've been working with who obviously got a little bit carried away with himself and security wanted to chat with him. So do be careful, because the last thing I want to hear, Amanda, I'm at the police station. Can you just tell them that I'm 100% genuine?
Yeah, so I spent spent my week scanning lots of random things in the local shopping centre, which was good fun because Paul likes to get involved as well. He likes to see all the ins and outs about how Amazon works and stuff like that. So, because potentially if we could get a good Amazon business, not even just selling Avon, like he could potentially do that and leave his job, you know, so.
There's a lot of potential out there with the volume of people who use the next day delivery and Amazon shopping. There is actually more potential in an awful lot of other products as well, and more money. So it depends on you, on why you're doing this and what you want to get out of it, and we're all going to be very different. So did you actually find any gems just out of interest in your little foray?
Well, my friend
You don't have to
posted
tell us what they are, just
my friend posted a picture of a duvet cover that was on sale at Wilkinson's for like £6 or something like that, and you could sell it on Amazon for like 30 quid. The shit thing was I was gated for it because it was silent night, but the and it was out of stock at Wilkinson's. But you know, it's just something to kind of keep your eye out for, isn't it? Like little bits and bobs will always pop up somewhere. Now I don't know about you guys, but I was on scouring Argos as well after we hung up from the call last night as well. I was like, what were those pillows Amanda was looking at? Also gated for silent night. I was like, shit, but never mind, you know, it's these things you just got to get that right invoice to get ungated for them, haven't you, and stuff. So,
and if you just put it in Google and search wholesaler for a product you want to be ungated for, go and see what their minimum order is. If you want to take the risk and you're a little bit scared, shout me and I'll check out what you're looking at and we'll talk through whether it is worth the buy. And if you think it is, then let's go for it. But I'm happy to do the first few goes with you guys just to get you comfortable with checking something to buy, because you're going to have to buy 10 of something to get ungated. Once you've been around the block for a little while, so actually you might find if you click sell and ungate, your account has been around for a bit and it might just say, oh, based on your selling history, we're going to ungate you automatically, so you don't need the invoice. Now, for all the newbies, unfortunately, sorry to tell you guys, but I'm afraid you're going to have to build your reputation up with Amazon first before you get to that point. And even occasionally now, I have to go and get an invoice for something. But in general, it normally just says, oh, yes, please have this. So you will get to that point, I'm sure. Right, is there anything else anybody else wants to share before I click through and start looking at listings? No? Helen's been running off and doing millions of things from all the lovely messages, and it sounds like you've been off and scanning the world, Gemma, which sounds fabulous. Your friends will never go shopping.
I put my second application in, but I sent it as a PDF this time instead of screenshots, which I didn't really understand. Sent a bit more information. I just keep waiting, hopefully by tomorrow morning, because the other one came back yesterday morning and panicked the life out of me. But so hopefully now, fingers crossed, it will ungate on this time.
So a few tricks on ungating. If you do it after 10 o'clock at night, your chances of being ungated first time is higher, just from the stats that we've been doing. The main reason, it goes to a different area of the world. They're different people, and they're either less vigilant or they understand it more. I'm not quite sure which of the two sides it is, but either way, so ungating can take forever. It took me 9 months to get ungated for an item I wanted to sell when I first started. And I was tearing my hair out because I couldn't understand why. But what I didn't have was this. I didn't have a group of people or even a Facebook group of people to say, how do I do this? Help. I just had to
So apart from the invoice, which I broke down into 6 pages now, and the Avon sellers agreement, which has got 15 pages on, which is on a PDF. I've put 4 PDFs in, so that's I couldn't get it all in one because it wouldn't let you upload more than 10 megabytes, and this was more. So I split it all back down. I used the combination page as well, but it was still more. So I've sent it in 4 different ones. So what else would you need if it chucks it out again after that?
You just redo it, but I wouldn't have given them all of the seller agreement. I would have given them just the page that says, and highlighted the section that says you can sell anything anywhere.
Okay, well, they've got all 22 pages of it or 15 pages of it, so it'll keep them busy.
They probably won't read that, honey, but that's cool.
It's fine. Well, so if it comes back tomorrow morning, wait till 10 o'clock tomorrow night, then resend it all again.
Yes, but break it down a bit better. And so I screenshot the online invoice or download the online invoice.
We've got both.
PDF the other one because it's got your address on it and they're looking for that.
Yeah.
So if that fails, then what we do is we find so you need Airborne anyway ungated, so you really do need to get that eventually. But you don't necessarily need to get ungated with the product you want to sell, if that makes sense, unless it's brand gated, which Avon now is. And Avon in America have now got brand registry, just so everybody knows. Not that it should affect us, but it possibly will to a degree. So you can get ungated with the cheapest cat from your local wholesaler that happens to be in health and personal care. So if your local wholesaler has a low minimum order quantity and they've got, for example, toothbrushes, that would probably unget health and personal care with an invoice for 20 quid with toothbrushes on it. And that would then allow you to sell some of the Avon products. Some of them are brand gated, not all of them. So you could actually get going.
I've gone back into my sellers app tonight because I'm on it 24/7 doing different bits. And it's already telling me I can sell lip oil because that's ungated.
Some stuff is not gated. It depends on how it's been listed. So if it's been listed in generic, the chart and hasn't had Avon mentioned, you will find there are some lines that you will be able to go and sell already. So just have a nosy through and see what you've got in the house or see what you've got lurking about. So the chances are there will be some things you can sell. Now, your sweet spot is 15 to 25 quid basically. So any of the smaller lines, I would look at merchant fulfilling it and buying large letter stamps that have got the little barcode on. So if you scan it with your phone, it gives you the tracking, which you can then upload into the Seller Central, because you have to have all your items tracked. But it will, if you just literally put your phone app on the stamp, it will give you the code. Just upload that code and that's your tracking.
So large first class stamps.
Yeah, so some of the smaller stuff that'll fit in a little large letterbox or however you're going to send it. If you actually just scan the barcode, I'll go and get some in a minute. I'll show you. But everything you send, not only from your account perspective, but from the metrics perspective, that's the ones. Yeah, if you just put your phone on that, Gemma, it'll give you the tracking of it that you can just upload.
I didn't.
So what I was looking at the other day, where it
hang
said
on a minute. Two
Sorry.
at once.
Where I was looking the other day, where it said 24-hour tracking, I was looking at the complete wrong thing, wasn't I?
Yeah, you don't. So unless your client is paying for 24-hour, never do
Okay.
that. And your the cheaper version was 48 tracked. Gemma was saying it didn't give it you.
No, I didn't know that. Is that what that little QR code means? That's the tracking.
It is, honey. Take your
I am
phone.
so out of touch with stamps because I just use my click and drop account. So like I got these free from Royal Mail because they lost one of my items. And I was like, do I stick that little thing to the letter? I was like, I don't even know what I do with these. I'm starting to sound like a bit of a millennial. I was just like, I don't even know what I'm doing with these stamps. I didn't know that. That's really handy to know.
Millennials don't know what a stamp is, darling, so don't even bother.
You know what I meant.
They have a mum they just say, Mum, this needs posting, and they expect the mum fairy to do it. Am I wrong, Louise?
You talk-
No,
Oh,
no.
sorry, I thought you meant me. Sorry.
Either of you, you both have children. I have none. I have preachers.
Can I just ask one thing? Helen, where did you get a copy of your sales leader agreement?
Or if you go into essentials, on your
Yeah.
left-hand side, it is the third or fourth one down, and it says Avon agreement, and you just download it, and it gives you all 22 or 15 pages. I think it's 22 actually.
Perfect, because I've got a video call with Amazon on Monday.
You don't need it for that, honey, but I would always
No.
have it somewhere. No, you don't. You
Yeah.
only need your ID. Mark, what did they ask you for?
Me to put my passport next to my face and go out there. That's all they wanted, just ID, passport.
Yeah, they just need to prove you're
I think they need
a legit. Yeah, you match what it says on the tin, basically, because it is used for fraud and varying other things in countries, mainly not the UK, to be fair. But
Can I
No,
just ask one more question? Everybody else seems to have gone to a limited company, and I just went with a sole trader. Should I change mine over?
so at some point you possibly will want to do that. Your turnover of everything you turn over through Avon and any other job adds up to your baseline for your VAT registration. Once everything adds up to £86,000, you will need to register. It will. You will need to register for VAT. Now, if you're earning, for argument's sake, £20,000 through any other job and Avon added together, I'm just saying, you're already at 20,000, and it's turnover, not profit.
Right, okay.
So you've now got the rest of it to do it, and that's fine. But
Is it easy to turn it over to a different
yes,
company?
and the other reason you might want to have it as a limited company is you can then sell it when you have made it successful. As a sole trader, you can't. Sam, you've got your hand up, darling.
I have, because I had this conversation with my accountant about, I think by the end of the year, Mel, I'm going to have to be VAT registered. Why? Because I'm going to hit 86 or 85,000 pounds turnover. Right. So why do you think you've got to VAT register? Because it's a legal requirement. No, you daft bugger, she said. You just set up a new company. Pardon? Should we? It's a bit different for me, I guess, because I've got a training company and there's no VAT on training. So she's going to advise me at that point to leave Train Smart Limited as the training and education side and set up a new company, which can be a sole trader to cover all my Amazon stuff. And I just went, oh my God. So at that point, I will have two companies, both of which can go up to £85,000 before I go VAT registered.
So yours are set with two very different things. A limited company on Amazon has a few advantages over a sole trader. One, Amazon has no idea what the hell a sole trader account is. So trying to speak to them, they send you, can you send me your articles of association, or can you send me whatever? Well, sole trader doesn't actually have that. It does help with them gating quicker because they treat you more like a business, and it is much, much easier to set it up from the beginning and get started. But when you get to the point you either want to retire or you've made a good profit with it and you want to sell it, you can. So that's the main reason for suggesting that you get to that point. Now, I told my brother to do this and he didn't. And then at some point during COVID, he was well over the point. He'd already registered from VAT in his own right because he did that in 6 months flat. And then that interfered with his personal tax returns and lots of other things. So he set it as a limited company. It took them 9 months to transfer the VAT number. He would have been much quicker, starting from scratch and then going through Amazon to try and switch it, which is a bit of a mare. But in general, when you switch it, you speak to them first, you get the limited company set up, you get the bank account set up, and then you switch it all over at one point together. It normally takes about a week to 2 weeks while they verify you, and they check everything is all as it should be. And then you're good to go, basically.
So should I do this now or should I wait? What is...
I would personally recommend people do it sooner rather than later, but it is your call because you will need an accountant and you will need, so a year down the line, you will need to be filing company accounts, which obviously...
I'm okay for accountants because 2 of my nephews and 2 of my nieces are accountants, so
you're fine.
I'm fine on that. I've got a free accountant. But
In
can
which
you drop me a
case-
note on how
There's
can you drop me some messages on how to change it over?
It's in the first couple of pages of the booklet anyway. But yeah, when you come to that point, I'll tell you what to do first.
Let me get ungated first and then
Let's get
up
ungated and
running
get
a little
going
bit.
first. Right, guys.
Yeah.
So are we ready to crack on and look at some new stuff? Nope, Kim's got a question.
Well, I'm really sorry, because when I was late, I was having my dinner and then the kids were talking. And when you were saying about ungated, how did that come up? Sorry.
A couple of them have sped off and gone and done things before everybody else.
Okay.
And they've gone and done stuff, so don't worry. It's
Right.
not a problem. Don't worry. And we did record everything.
Yeah, I had you in the background, but it was hard to. I can multitask normally, but it was hard then with the
Fine.
kids. Sorry.
Are there any more questions from anyone before we crack on?
Still got loads, but don't worry.
I don't know your name, but you're not alone.
Thank you. Use Kim.
Kim, sorry. Hi, Kim, I'm Lou. Just say you're not alone. So we trust, what was it, Amanda, you said? Trust the process. That's what I'm doing. I've just got my book of notes.
Yeah, me too.
So we'll be able to help each other.
Right. What I'm going to look at now is listing products. Louise Key, because I've got 2 Louises, or Lou's. Both of you were Lou's to me, but that's cool. Have you listed anything yet?
No, because we aren't ungated, are we?
Okay, that's fine.
And I still don't think I really understand ungating, if to be honest. So if we
Okay, let me give you a quick overview of what ungating means, but I'm going to show you rather than tell you. Is that okay?
yeah, show us, because you've talked about it. So if I see it, it might.
Can you hear somebody downstairs making a row?
No, I can hear my son next door playing on his computer.
Right.
If you hear any effing and jeffing, I'll go on mute.
Okay, it's now going to make me find my phone, isn't it? Right, let me just stop sharing a minute because it's easier to log in without. Oh. Can't actually, hang on, tab over, there we go. Okay. Oh, it didn't ask for a code. Well, hello. That makes a change.
Why?
This is my, well, oh, hello, Ivan. Why is because it's my oldest computer that I've used more than anything. It's also very broken because someone tipped Diet Coke over it within a week of getting it. So it actually, the keyboard doesn't work properly. but it just is a nice space.
You can
Okay.
tell it not to ask on a certain computer.
And I don't normally use it for doing this, but the other one was playing up, so I did. Okay, so I am being uber nice and sharing my screen with you again. And what we're going to do is we're going to find a product to list. And hopefully I'm going to need ungating for it. So we're going to need to be, oh, hello. Yes, somebody sent me this and said, is this allowed? No, it isn't allowed. Somebody else set it up and this person here has jumped on it. Somebody called Karen, if they're in your network. But yeah, you will get into trouble for selling the opportunity on Amazon when they catch you. Anyway, who wants to give me a product for me to attempt to get ungated for? Something really bizarre. Actually, Sam, you probably got one. Probably your licorice.
Oh, okay. So that is Daryl Lee, Darrell, Daryl Lee, Lea, soft licorice, strawberry.
I can't spell licorice.
Licorice, ICE.
Okay.
Might come up with that, yeah.
So
There it is.
So here's the product. So I'm going to click through on it, go and have a nose and see what it is. I do like a licorice, but yeah, it can play havoc with certain things if you eat far too much of it. So we've got quite a few people on this particular listing. I'm not even going to go through the ins and outs because it's one of Sam's listings and I really don't want to list it. Oh, hello. Now it's on verification.
I'm a little disappointed with the price. Someone's brought the price down significantly.
Unfortunately,
Oh, no.
that's called life on Amazon.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Oh, let me get a passcode.
Sam, if somebody else drops their price, does yours drop automatically or do
No.
you have to alter yours?
I physically have to alter mine if I've done the check on SAS to see whether it is economically viable for me to lower my price. And sometimes I
Okay.
just hold my nerve and just sit there at the higher price and just wait.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I can sell that.
Oh. Okay, try wings chili peanuts. Wings chili peanuts, and if not, we'll look at the carved angel stuff. That's the one. That's the bunny. I opened one at Christmas and found I rather liked them. That was not good news.
What I should have looked for is, am I eligible? I can sell that as well.
Yeah. Okay, look up the carved angel, their relishes.
It looks like I'm going to get food and all that. So why don't I just look at something high end?
Yeah, go on.
Who's got a watch name you can give me?
Rolex.
Absolutely won't be ungated for Rolex. If they're on Amazon,
I'd be surprised.
mildly surprised. Oh, well, there you go. I'm going to be surprised. Right. So
Are they Rolex?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's a diver watch, whatever. Right. So am I ungated for this? Please don't tell me that I am. Right. Oh, it's telling me it's a private label, but I'm eligible to sell it. So that tells me they've put it in the wrong category. It's in fashion.
What would you put that in then? What are the categories?
It would have gone in jewelry watches.
Right. Oh, I see what you mean. Right. Okay.
So,
And it also says no buy box.
So no buy box. Let me explain what that means. It means there's more than one person selling it, but they think that the price is far too much money, so they don't award it to anybody as the buy box. People will have to click through and go and get it.
Right.
I'm trying
Where
desperately
do you
to find.
where do you decipher which category you want to put it in? That's the other thing I wanted to ask.
When you list it, it will tell you what other things are. So go and look through SAS first and find other people's products. But if
Right,
it's
okay.
so health and personal care and beauty are side by side. Health and personal care is more likely to be things like toothbrushes, toothpaste, and that sort of thing. And beauty
Right.
is more likely to be a topical, so a cream or a makeup or a whatever, or a beauty brush. But there are things that will straddle the two.
Okay.
Right, I'm still struggling now. Handbag. Can we have a brand for a handbag?
Michael
Radley.
Bradley Brew?
Yeah.
Right, that's high end, isn't it? Says she who has a tiny little one similar to that somewhere. Right, so that looks like that is a Radley. Doesn't look like a Radley though, but anyway.
Doesn't know. Try Kate Spade. I love Kate Spade bags.
Okay.
Oh, you're eligible for that as well. That's in fashion though.
So basically you're looking for something that you're not eligible to
Yeah, to
sell.
show you.
Why
If you've
would-
got
why
a
would
Radley
you not-
bag in the cupboard that you hadn't used, you could stick that on and just sell it, couldn't you?
Yes and no. So
Okay.
when you go to find it, you'll probably find it's already listed and it'll probably be in the right category. And you probably will be stuffed on it for needing to be ungated. If by any strange stretch of the imagination you find you're not, and you sell it for there or thereabouts the right price, which you should, if somebody says this is fake, and lots of people are doing that this minute, you have no comeback whatsoever unless you have the receipt for it.
Okay.
Now, the receipt is going to be fine to get you out of the issue of fake, but it will not help you with IP claims or with getting ungated. So a receipt from a retail premises for something. So yes, you possibly could sell it, but whether you would sell it on Amazon rather than eBay is a balancing point.
Okay.
Yeah. Right,
Yes.
I'm going to try Kate Spade now because I'm struggling to find something I can't sell, but my account is 9 years old. So, okay, it's a brand. So the chances are I'm going to be stuck on this one. I'm not going to be able to sell it.
So that means we can all get in there and sell it because she can't. Yes, you can't sell it.
Okay, so firstly, I'm going to point something out on this. Whoever this company is have been very naughty in how they've done this, unless Kenneth Green Associates own Kate Spade. Now, I don't know Kate Spade, so I don't know if that's correct. If they don't own the IP to Kate Spade, then they have listed this in the same way that somebody we know lists other stuff. Now, there's a couple of telltale signs that they've done it the incorrect way. Private label. And if we go and have a look up here, Amazon have got it and they've got lots. So that's from the brand, and Infinity Online are also on the listing. So whoever originally set this up do not appear to be on the listing anymore. So if you can find an outlet for Kate Spade, it does seem to sell, and it sells quite a lot by the look of that. Not shed loads, but. So if I go to add this product now, are we all following? Or have I lost you all in the melee of trying to find something I can sell?
I've done
Right,
this.
So the main reason this is brand gated, it is a more expensive brand than General, for want of a better way of putting it. It's selling at more than £30, so that's a good sort of point for us. Hopefully the profit in it is good. It's telling us that we need to be buying it around the £16 mark to actually make a reasonable profit on it. So I'm going to add my product and I'm going to show you what it's going to tell me. So you need approval to list this brand. Yes? So when I go to request approval, what I now need to prove is I am legitimately selling that product from an approved source. So any wholesaler that will wholesale that brand will give me a proper invoice with my company name and address, how many I've bought. It also very kindly tells them how much I've paid for it. Now, to get ungated, which is brand approval ungated rather than the category ungated, there are two different things there. The category I can probably sell in, it's probably in beauty. We'll go and have a look in a second and see where it is. But I can't physically sell this line until they agree that I can do it. Please don't auto-ungate me. Okay. So I can request approval. Now, in general, it's going to want me to upload the invoice. So before I've gone this far, I'm going to want to scan the invoice from the wholesaler or download it and upload it as a PDF. We got that? A nod is good. I can see 4 of you. Now, it's telling me that they don't want anything in used, refurbished or collectible condition, and I should sincerely hope not. It is a perfume. Okay. Now, in general, it's going to say, there you go, you need one of these. So you need a purchase invoice from your manufacturer or your distributor. It's got to be dated after the 23rd of July, so within the last 180 days. It's got to have your name on it, the name and address of the manufacturer or the distributor. A distributor is a wholesaler, just for the avoidance of doubt. It's got to show a combined number of at least 10 units. Now, you potentially could get away with 5 gift sets and 5 individual bottles, but I would probably just do what it says on the tin. You can take the pricing out, but if you do that, then you're having to manipulate the invoice and you risk actually them having a go at you. So what you then have to do is upload it. You can watch this lovely little video that is new if you want. Do you want to watch the video? Anybody want to watch the video?
Yeah, go on then. How long is it for? See
Not
what
long.
it's... Right, I see.
Is there sound? Because if so, you need to share sound.
There is sound, and I'm shocked. I'm surprised you couldn't hear it. But what I'll do is find a pen.
So if this was an Avon product, Amanda, we would have the Avon invoice.
Yeah. So you're going to want we said this earlier, you're going to need the online version of it, and you're going to want your physical version of it all scanned in.
And Lou, take the staple out the top of it, so you haven't got to fold each page over, so you can get each page scanned properly.
Now,
don't do what I did and just screenshot it.
For brand, you should only need to do it once. for health and personal care and beauty, you should only need it for one product in that arena. And actually, you could use the same invoice that you've got brand approval for to Ungate Beauty, because this is in beauty. Do we get that?
Mm.
Yeah.
So, because mine's got hand cream on it as well as eyeliners, I could use that for health and personal care then, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So the same invoices you're going to use for lots of things, right?
Can I just ask
Admin.
a question, Amanda? First?
Keep your invoices in a folder in date order. I would highly recommend that you also put little stickies on it or find another way of doing it so that you can find an invoice quickly for an IP claim. So you're going to want an individual product, or for a fake claim. So you can either do one sheet that says invoice dated such and such has got this on it, so keep yourself a spreadsheet and then find it that way, or find a system so that you can actually find an invoice for when you need to combat a fake or an IP claim, and you will get them.
What does IP mean, Amanda, please?
Intellectual property. So sometimes Amazon, in their wisdom, will give you a suspected IP claim. So nobody's actually complained, but Amazon's little robot have gone through and said, we think that you're breaching somebody else's IP. So you then just need to upload the invoice. When you get to that point, you're going to shout me because you're going to have a heart attack, and I will show you what to do. So don't worry. So on here, you need your email address and a phone number, and you're going to click submit. Obviously, I can't because I don't want, oh, hello. I don't actually want to unget this. And now I'm having an issue because the computer has, can you guys still see me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't see the screen. So we may end up having two computers on anywhere because I can't actually get back to what I need to do. So hang on 2 secs while I do it off of the. We're doing well for tech issues today, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
You've got to love tech.
Amanda,
Have you though?
Sorry,
can I ask a-
Have you though? Sorry, go on.
I can't see the screen, honey. It's just completely disappeared.
I just want to ask a quick question.
Go
while
for it.
you're sorting it out. It's just with this submit documents and stuff. Going back to last week, we found a Silent Night pillows.
Yes.
So we couldn't go to Argos, buy 10 of those on a receipt, an invoice, and get them gated camera because they're a retailer, not a wholesaler.
Argos would probably not ungate it for you. A wholesaler would, but Argos wouldn't. So what you would need to do is go into Google.
Find out who wholesales Silent Night pillows. And
Yeah.
thank
Do
you.
they accept Costco receipts?
They didn't used to, but I think Sam,
Yes, they do. Yeah. I
Okay.
ungated on gourmet foods using Costco for the Darrell Lee licorice.
Okay, love, thank you.
but
So
they
you
don't-
bought 10 packets or 10 boxes, presumably?
10
They do-
packets. Sorry.
10 packets.
I presume
Do
as
you
well-
use a lot of wholesalers online, Sam? Or do you actually go to Costco and
I drive 2 hours to Costco to do the shopping, to drive 2 hours home.
oh my God.
Or I have Costco delivered to me. I've done that before now.
Well, use the online Costco and
But they don't send everything. There are certain, like I want Aveeno products and they won't ship those. I've physically got to drive down for those.
okay, love, thank you.
So you couldn't use any items from Argos, so to speak, without it being gated?
I don't think that you would be able to do it, but you can have a go.
But wholesaler is better.
Wholesaler is much better.
Okay, that's right.
Can you guys actually hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
So
of-
what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and now it's obviously come back on the computer that I've left it. So we're going to leave both open because we're not having that again. Right. So I just need to allow myself, oh, I can see lots of people. That's very lovely. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my account and share my screen again. So do I need to go through trying to get ungated again, or do we kind of get the concept of what we're having to do?
We kind of do, but I might be a little bit few steps back. So say for example, so if there was somebody I was talking to at conference this week who goes to Poundland and buys things, I'm not saying anything or what product or whatever.
And I wonder who that might be, because I think I might have a tiny little clue.
Yeah. So, but then for them to get ungated on that product, is it that Poundland receipt, and why is that acceptable?
He doesn't, so the chances are she's already ungated in health and personal care. Not
Right.
every product is gated.
Right. So you're scanning the product and it yeah. So if you've got ungated on it.
So if you've got health and personal care and beauty, and you've sauntered through Poundland, and I'm trying to think of a product in Poundland that you could possibly have got. So basically, the only issue she might have is IP. She can use the receipt from Poundland for a fake claim, but she couldn't have used it to ungate.
Right.
But she didn't need to use it to ungate in health and personal care and beauty. And the chances of Poundland having gated lines, because they're so cheap, is pretty low. There might be the odd thing.
Okay. Yeah. Well, when we brought the Argos conversation in, and that sort of threw me in terms of, right, why can we not buy from one, but we can buy from, right, okay.
So certain brands have started gating. So there will be certain brands you will need to ungate. In general, the lower priced market isn't gated.
Okay.
Yeah, so with the Argos one, we were gated because of a silent night, and they decided to gate. So then you have to buy from the wholesaler because that comes from the supplier from Silent Night, so that there's no break in the chain.
Or you could go to Costco and see if they've got any Silent Night stuff.
I was just going to say, you could go to Costco, buy them, use the invoice, take them back to Costco, then go to Argos, and then go to Argos and buy them. Is that wrong?
Yes, very wrong. So several reasons. You're costing Costco money. That's not great. Or anyone money, and that's not great. Which is why when you start going to the trade shows, and there's a huge one in 2.5 weeks' time at the NEC in Birmingham, if anybody fancies a trek and has walking shoes, because it's in every hall of the NEC, you will come across lots of manufacturers or wholesalers who do not want to deal with online sellers for exactly that reason. They buy stuff and they send it back because they can find it cheaper elsewhere, but they've just used them to get ungated. So if you're going to buy something, at the very least, be very nice and have a little bit of decorum and etiquette and sell it at break even rather than cost another business money.
Okay.
I'm just saying be nice because karma comes around and smacks you on the bum. And yes, you could do lots of things, but is it ethical? And personally,
No, it's not really.
I personally believe it is not, and I do try to be nice. Yeah.
I love you, Amanda. Up decency and whatnot.
I do my best, and I have my lines that I'm going to cross, but
But I
I
didn't
think-
know whether you would perhaps just tweak it a little, you know how some people do tweak it.
So unfortunately, too many businesses are struggling in a big way. So what I would never do is,
Yeah, fair
Is-
enough.
yeah,
Good, good.
Is
right.
that,
Go on.
I was going to say, would that happen a lot with Avon?
Oh my God, yes. But I wouldn't even want to see the returns. People doing it for marketplaces and stuff, and they just return the whole bloody lot. And I never get why they allow that. But there you go. Okay. When you go to add a product, there are going to be occasions when it's not on there. How mad is that? So brand spanking new products come along and they're not on there. So you're kind of going to have to go through the whole adding of a product process. Now, if you're having to do that, please make sure that it is a product that people are likely to be looking for. So, for example, if it's another one in the Far Away perfume set, they're looking for Far Away anywhere. And if you put it in the title that this is the newest version, then happy days, because they're going to look for the other one and find yours. So it is going to get found relatively quickly, or you're going to be spending an awful lot of money on ads or an awful lot of time on driving traffic from elsewhere to your online store. So when you get to that point, you're going to have to be good at writing. Well, actually, you're not going to have to be good at writing. Who's good at writing? Anybody going to hold the hand up?
Crap.
Okay. So there's a very lovely little toy out there right now that will help you. I might have just been testing it on eBay stuff all day today and being very naughty and not actually typing stuff. But we're going to go add product. So add. Now, if I just wanted to add this product here, I know it is actually already on there. What I actually need is that barcode on the bottom. Can anybody tell me anything about barcodes?
Not really.
They're unique to every product.
Absolutely, yes, they are, Ivan, completely unique to every product. And they're also on a database. So they're called GS1 that the database is. And that, let me go all the way down there. Can you see my number? That number there, they all mean different things in a different way. However, Amazon's catalogue now links directly to the database. So it sees you put that number in. So let's just put the number in and see if it comes up. Now I've got to see how far away I can get from the product. Now, ordinarily, I'd scan this off my phone and it would take it straight there for me. Now, that might be just because I've put it in completely wrong, but let's try it again. Okay, so that is the full product. Now it's found it and it's told me what it is and where it is. So I would then just click straight on that and I would add that product from there. Now, if it didn't come up and it said list it, I would then have to fill in a whole heap of stuff about it. So on one hand, it's great that somebody else has done it and I can join the 19 sellers on that listing, and the rank's quite nice and low as well. I wonder what the profit margin is there. And they've actually matched that product to the database. But what happens if somebody naughty comes along and they list it to stop you listing on it? Does anybody know what the new Avon perfume's called?
Love You.
You.
LOVU, isn't it? No, no E. I'm sure there's no E on it.
Yeah.
Hang on, I've got the book here. Hang on.
I've got one on the table. It went through security 3 times before they gave it me back.
Okay, so this perfume here has had the title amended. Because this morning, somebody else had listed it and they'd made it their listing. But what they'd actually done is they'd listed it using the barcode. So when somebody came to list it this morning, they went bonkers because whoever had listed it had put their company name in the title and in the listing, and they had used the proper barcode. So it's now been amended because I might have mentioned it in the sellers WhatsApp group that might have some Avon people and said, please can people have some etiquette and not do this because it's breaching IP rules and somebody is going to get banned when we come and report you. I'm trying not to let you see who it is, but I think you can. Anyway,
we already know.
it is what it is.
Who is it? Where do you know who it is?
It's fine. I'll tell you later. I'm not gonna
Oh, right,
have another go at another company.
Don't worry.
It has been amended now, and hopefully going forward, that's not going to happen. But etiquette for listing should be that you do not put your own name in it because the listing is for everybody, not you. And the brand should have been Avon, not generic. So I don't know why that was done.
So will she be made to change that?
I'm not sure she can because it's already listed as generic. Now, the only time you would put generic,
Oh, man.
the only
Right.
time you would put generic is when you are listing it with, for example, it might come with a bubble bath or a lotion or a hand cream or a whatever. And then you would bundle it, but without the barcode. I am going to show you that in a minute.
So can I just ask then, because I think I've been labouring under a misapprehension. If I'd been listing this from the outset, I could say brand Avon. If
It
for this
may-
particular one perfume.
It may let you, it may not.
Right, okay.
Now, sometimes it will, dependent on your account. And sometimes it would tell you you need permission from the brand. Now, you could try uploading your agreement to say this is permission for the brand. And if you get totally and utterly stuck, ask somebody who has got a letter of permission from the brand to do it for you.
Because I think I've been labouring under a misapprehension. In my head, I kept saying to myself, I am not an employee of Avon, therefore I cannot put brand Avon.
You
And I
can
think that's
put
wrong.
any brand, if it's brand gated or brand registered, it may not let you do it unless you have a letter of approval from the company.
Well, yeah, well, I've got the letter, so I'm all right. Okay. But
So,
if I'm bundling, it has to be generic.
yes.
Fine, thank you.
Right. Have I completely blown people's minds out there? Is there anything I need
Yeah.
to do? Are we
Yes,
good?
Can we go back to the previous page if that wasn't a problem and just,
No. No.
okay.
What I'm trying to understand is why would it say excluding VAT?
Apparently the seller who's listed, so the seller who's listed is VAT registered, so it's showing both. So it's showing you the VAT free price and it's showing you the full price.
Will we have to do that each time?
It does it
Not
for
yet,
you.
because, pardon?
It does it for you.
Right, okay, thank you.
You just put in your price, which they've decided is $14.99. And then all of this it happens for you. Now, if we look down, we can see that It's telling you it's a liquid. It's telling you it's 50 millilitres. I think somebody might have borrowed all of that off a particular website. I can show you a better way to write it, rather than just copying and pasting somebody else's information. Give me 2 seconds.
Can I just ask a question then? So this has already been listed.
So you can list on it.
So, right, I know I can listen. I don't understand quite what that means. So I'm going to go on to create new listing.
No, you're not. You're going
Just
to go on
add
and create
the
this
product.
listing. Right, can you see this? Oh, hello, where's that gone? It's disappeared. There we go. Right, so can you see this little code at the top here?
Yeah.
All I need to find that product again is that little code from the top. So where it says B0BS6, you'll actually find it down in the listing somewhere as well. Let's just scroll down and find it. There you go. It's called the ASIN.
Right.
Yeah. As long as you've got that number there and it's unique to that product.
Yeah.
Does it
So-
always start with a B?
Normally, it depends. Occasionally a random category like books or whatever, it'll start with something different, but most of them are B0 something. Yeah. So
Right.
if I now want to sell this product,
Yeah.
I just need to go to my Amazon account. And because I'm sharing my screen, it's a pain because I can't actually get to the top. So let me just stop sharing for 2 seconds and I'll reshare in a sec.
Because my question I want to ask is, if I'm going to list that same product and that listing's already there,
Mhm.
is that listing going to take all that wording? Or
Yeah.
Right, can you amend that wording?
You
Oh.
can't, but whoever created it can.
Right, so
You need to-
that's, you know, when you were saying there about, let me show you how to create wording, you're already listing on something that's there.
You don't need to do it.
But you can amend, you can have a different price. Is that the only thing you can have different?
Now you might occasionally. So I'm going to list it and I'm going to show you because I'm hoping I've still got one in the goodie bag somewhere. Right, so there's the product.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I wanted to ask you. On the left-hand side, it's saying all categories and all brands. If you clicked on that all categories, would you be allowed to choose which category you wanted it to go in?
No, because it's already been put in a category.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
this is already listed in a category.
Right, okay.
So I have no control over it, which is why this particular person has gone and listed it first, because it gives them a little bit more control.
Right, okay.
So obviously I'm not going to sell it as used, I'm going to sell it as new. And I'm now going to upset this said person by selling this product. But good luck.
You're going to
with
go cheaper, surely.
Hey,
I-
Amanda, if you haven't got one, I've got one on the table and I'll ship it for you for a change.
I have got two, I think. Right, so I'm listing this product. I found it, I'm listing it. So there's a couple of things I want to show you first. On the left, if you do it on your phone or if you do it on the computer, I always do it on a computer. I'm opening up all attributes. Let me show you why. So I only have a few things that I can see here. And I'm not selling abroad anywhere. But if I click all attributes, it gives me more boxes. Would you like me to do that again and show you it again?
Yes, please.
Okay. So required gives me the absolute minimum of what they want me to do. Yeah. Ignore all the foreign ones because I'm not worried about those. All attributes gives me other options, and I'm going to show you why you want other options. Do you see this one here that says minimum order quantity? We talked about this the other day. If I decided not particularly on this product, but on a lower priced product, you can have it at the really cheap price, but you have to buy a minimum of, and it's under £10. I can dictate that here.
Why does it say 1/7?
It looks like you can do up to 7 as a
Oh,
minimum
I see.
order.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So if you're not doing it, if you're just selling it normal, you wouldn't pick that, you wouldn't click that minimum order quantity, or would you just put 1 in there?
I'll just leave it and it'll default to 1.
Okay.
So my seller SKU, can anybody remember what that was? Because we didn't talk about it last week.
No.
Hang on, let me check my notes. No, I've only blocked
Oh, you
the
put where you bought it from, or just something to identify where you got the products from that you're listing?
Absolutely. It's your personal identifier. Nobody else sees it but you. So you can put what the heck you want in it. You can put where you've bought it, what you've paid for it, or I make it easy for the girls here. I put it's what it is and how many of them there are. And occasionally I might put the price next to it so I know what I paid for it. So this perfume is called, what's it called? What is it? Love You?
Love You.
Love you.
Okay. I'm going to put the size just in case they suddenly decide it's exceptionally popular and they're going to bring me 100 ml out on it. They're not, but they might. So I know on the SKU, on my sheet that prints out, when the girls are picking it, it's only that. Now, if this was a bundle and it came with the body lotion or something else, I'd actually add that to here as well. And it makes it so much easier for you or whoever is picking your orders to just look at it and say, I need this, this, and this. So on some of the other sets, and we're going to need to be bundling this year, you're going to want to make it as easy as possible for you if you're doing merchant fulfilled. Do we get that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now your tax code, this is going to be 20% tax. Ignore it. If, however, it was food, then you must put the tax code in here because food is zero taxable. And there's also a couple of health and personal care items that are 5%. You'll know what they are because it'll tell you on your invoice. Chocolate is not food, just saying, for whoever thought that you could get zero VAT on chocolate. It isn't food. Okay.
And gourmet products are 20% as well, not food, sadly.
Right, so they're very kindly telling me that the lowest price is $14.99. I am not going to be a bitch. I'm going to match it for now.
For now.
It makes it so much easier if you match rather than to cause waves, especially if there are many sellers on it. This is a brand new item. I know who she is. She's not going to love me for it, but that's all there is to it. Now, this is
I'm following along.
This is a mandatory field. It wants to know where it was made. If you don't put that in, it probably won't let you list it. So this is telling you that you can't change it. So if you're doing this with a glass of wine in your hand and you accidentally tell it that it's used, and I'm not even going to click in it to give it that opportunity, you're going to have to relist it because you can't change it. Offer condition note, your buyer's not going to see it anywhere. So, and that's only really useful if you're doing used stuff. So your maximum order quantity here, can anybody remember why I suggested there are going to be times you want to put that in?
Don't want people to buy more than a certain number of items from your shop, I think.
Absolutely, there's definitely a reason for that, and it does happen that competitors can and will put all your stock in their basket and basically stop you selling, and they don't check it out either. There's a couple of other reasons why you might want to do that as well. Anybody remember what they are?
Is it so that you know you've got the stock?
Obviously, you would only put the number of stock that you had in or could get exceptionally quickly. The main reason is if it weighs a lot and I'm merchant fulfilling it, or if it's Amazon fulfilling it. Because if it's over 2 kilos and has gone into Amazon, their costs for shipping are colossal. So I don't think a little 50ml perfume is going to cause me grief. And I doubt that anybody's going to buy shed loads. However, you might be in the back of nowhere and your post office is very pernickety taking it off you. And they're going to say, and what is in this? You can only have 4 perfumes. So you might want to set your perfumes at 4 maximum. Because if they suddenly decide they want 6, then you might have issues personally shipping it. I don't, and I don't get that issue. But if it was a load of bubble bath, for example, I know that I can get up to 10 kilos for the same price as I can too, but you can't. So until you actually have somewhere where you can ship stuff over 2 kilos cheaply, if you have an item that's hovering for more than 2 on the weight, that's why you're going to want to set your maximum order quantity. Do we get that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I good moving on?
Yeah.
Okay, handling time. The lower this number is, the more chances you have with the buy box. Can we remember what the buy box was?
Person that
Shane
is
first.
that sold, the person that gets to sell to the customer.
Yeah, it's the person who's being shown to the customer at any one point in time. So the lower your handling time is, please make sure you can do that. If you are working during the day, for example, and you know it's not going to happen until the next day, then don't put same day or 1 day handling. You will get more sales by having it low, but you will also lose your account if you're not fulfilling quickly enough. So you kind of got a double-edged sword going on there. Sometimes with the kind of lines that you're going to be selling, gift messaging is good and gift wrap is good. Personally, I've gone by lovely little organza bags that cost 10, 15 pence, and I use those for gift wrap for the majority of what I sell. And the customers love it. So I'm not sitting there with a roll of gift wrap and the sellotape and all the rest of it, although I have done that in the past. I also have a shed load of cheap gift bags that I've had from my shop in the past. So if you want to get those options, it does run through the algorithm. You might get slightly more, but I really wouldn't worry about it too much if you don't think that you can do it.
So what would you put in the handling time? Sorry.
Handling time, mine is actually overridden by same day. So I already have mine set at same day for all of mine. I've got it set in my account, so I don't need it on here.
So can I just ask, because this one's sort of ticks fulfilled by Amazon.
I'm just about to change that.
Right.
And do that. And then what it does is it's now going to ask me, how many do I have? But that wasn't there a minute ago, because if I'd have clicked fulfilled by Amazon, it would have taken me through to a shipping plan to send it into them. But because, let me just take that off and I'll show you. So that box of how many did I have has gone. Yeah. So when I tick this radio button, it's called a radio button because you can only have one station at a time. So one or the other. So now I'm going to tell it, I'm shipping it myself. Now it's opened and it's telling me how many do you have.
Oh, can I just, even, so that had started with fulfilled by Amazon. So why would it have a 9 in the handling time then?
It doesn't, it's just a maximum. It actually has nothing there at all.
Right, okay. So you would put that when you would amend that now that you're doing shift.
I can put a 1, but actually that is the maximum number. It's not actually there. The
So
9
the
is
1 means 1 day.
yeah. So there's nothing to delete there. It's just telling you the maximum handling time you are allowed to put is 9 days, but it's not there. It's actually behind it. So I've got nothing to delete there. I'm trying to click on it and there's nothing to delete. But if I put a number in, the number shows up. Yeah.
Just an example number.
Yeah, it's it's the maximum example that you could possibly have. But it's not actually there. There's nothing for me to delete.
Can I just ask, when you said about the origin and the country, how do you know it was Poland?
Because it's Avon.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I knew that answer.
And it's actually on the back of every product you're going to find. It'll actually say made in.
Yeah.
Forever. So what have I got here? Oh, actually, this doesn't. I've got a bottle of Ted Baker that I very kindly acquired because it was a return for somebody we do prep for, and it came back used. So it's on my desk being used by me now. But that is on the box, not on the bottle. Right. So I filled in everything that it needs. I don't care about Germany because I'm not selling it in Germany. I don't care about France or Italy or Spain or Turkey or any of those countries. So I now have a save and finish.
Can you
button.
just take us through to the shipment thing and show us before you decide which one, how the shipment is done? What they always...
No, I am going to show you how to do a shipment, but this is hazmat, and
Okay, no problem.
You can't do hazmat. So I will show you how
We
to
have
do
to-
a shipment, but not off this product.
Okay,
So we can't sell perfume at the moment.
You can, but you have to merchant fulfill it.
Right, I'm with
Can't
you.
send it in.
It's only
We're-
hazmat. It's only if you've got a hazmat account that you can get Amazon to fulfill it.
Yes.
Right. Oh my God, I've understood something. I'm going to write that down.
if
So-
we can sell it on our own, they're likely to give us a hazmat account, aren't they?
So if you start listing hazmat type lines and fulfilling them quickly and get some feedback straight back, the chances are somebody's going to stroll up to you with an email and say, hi, I'm an account manager and I think you would earn more money if you sent these into Amazon. And you will then go back and say, oh, but I don't have a hazmat account. And they will come back and say, let me give you one.
That
Okay.
happened to Gemma, didn't it?
Yeah, it
Sorry?
did. I'd had before Christmas, I had far away listed, and that's exactly what happened. The email does not let them ring us, and I said, well, I can't because I haven't got a hazmat, so now I've got one.
So while we're on the word of hazmat, do we all understand what the word means?
Yep,
Hazardous material.
So what kind
contains
of
alcohol.
things, yeah, what kind of things am I likely to have as hazmat?
Alcohol and inflammatory.
Nail
So
varnish.
give me a product. Yep, nail varnish, whoever shouted that out.
Pillar mist,
Pillar mist, absolutely.
Dry
skin so soft.
Sadly. Although there used to be air listing that wasn't hazmat.
So when you say you can do it in the same day, and you're
I have it listed in my settings that says if it comes through to me before 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it will go out that day,
Oh, that's fair enough.
which I can do.
Could we do that?
If you can.
Mine's set to 3 o'clock because my courier comes at 4:45, so my cut-off's 3 o'clock, so I do that.
You're likely to get the buy box more by having a lower, because what it does is it gives you the knock-on effect. So it's saying, no, I ship everything 48 hour unless they ask otherwise. And So my products often get there much faster than the customer is expecting. They'll normally put 3 to 4 days on it, and then the customer is expecting it on one day, and they're going to get it quicker. Are we good? Can I click go and list this product to show you what it looks like?
Yeah, I'll ask my question in a minute.
Yeah.
We good? Right, so save and finish. Yay! 3 weeks later while it thinks about it. So now what should happen? There should be 2 companies on this lovely listing.
There
Now,
might be, I've just done it.
sorry?
Might be 3. I followed along.
Thank you. And Sam's no doubt about to do the same as well. So I'm really in somebody's bad books tonight because she's just spent the time listing this product, and I've now just shown you all where it is and how to list on it. Oh well, I'm sure it isn't the end of the world. And I'm very pleased that she listened to me this morning when I put my etiquette call out there. Now, let me just show you something. If I go to Facebook and click through and I say, this is the latest perfume that is coming out next month, but if you want it quickly and you have Amazon, you can go and buy the only one I have. It will give the link direct to your listing on that listing.
Okay, we're still seeing your Amazon seller page. We're not seeing Facebook.
Oh, she's showing.
I'm not on Facebook.
That's all right then.
I'm just pointing out that if I clicked through on that little thing there, can you see it?
Oh yeah, little Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it will give me a direct link to my listing on that listing.
Ooh, yeah.
So you know the new lippies that are coming out then? If we've got the 15 pack of those, just an as example, could we, I haven't seen any listed yet. I've had a
They're
look
in the
and I've
middle of being listed and they're going to be listed well. So if you want to wait a couple of days, you'll see them all go up on a decent listing because myself and one of my girls are doing it.
Right, okay, that's great. So then we could go on your listing and add ours and then put it through. If you want to early buy, here's the listing.
Yeah.
Right.
And anybody's on Twitter, same thing applies. It gives the link to send it out directly.
Now, why? Sorry, I'm just being I realise we're learning about Amazon, but why would you do that and not let your do a WhatsApp broadcast group to your customers?
You could do it any way you like, but some people that you are connected to or who are friends of friends would never buy from a rep. You're giving them an alternative. They trust Amazon, buy from Amazon, and they'll go and take a look.
Right. Am I all right to ask you another question?
Absolutely.
Right. The SQU there, you've got Love You Avon 50 ml. I obviously misunderstood you because I thought that I put that down as the thing that identifies you.
It does. So the only person who can see that SKU is me.
But that wouldn't be your generic ID.
No, it's only so this that code there identifies the product on Amazon.
Yes.
So it's the Amazon identifier code. The SKU here, if I went to look for it and I knew roughly what it was, this is going to actually print out on my sheet and it's actually helping me. So it's telling me I need the 50 ml of the Love You Avon. So it might be that there's a 100 ml Love You Avon, but I get a look.
Okay.
Let me show you the sheet because I've got something to that. And here's a few orders that I printed off earlier. Right, here we go. So,
I can't see that.
Get it off share screen, Amanda.
oh, come off share screen, that's a good idea. Right, so the SKU is on there and it's actually telling you everything that I need to know to go find it. And the top one is just the delivery level of where it's going. But the bottom one actually tells me what I'm picking. And the SKU gives me all the details. Now, the reason the SKU helps me is when somebody sets up a listing on Amazon, and by the time they've actually got to what the heck the product is, it's not on my sheet anymore. So if they've put new from Avon far away range, I've run out of what the hell the product is. So I can't actually see what it is.
So you basically change the SKU to whatever you're listing.
I change it to suit me so I can find it or the girls can find it easily. I might put the price in so I know what I paid for it because it'll change. But I use it for me.
So it's like a reference, really.
It is, it's absolutely a reference. It just helps.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a shed load of orders all over the floor.
Amanda, there are 4 listings on Love You now.
Are there? I wonder how that might have happened.
Well, it depends which one of you is Book Beauty Store to your door.
That's me.
I was going to say, I think that's Gemma, but right.
Yeah.
Now, somebody cheated and basically copied the listing. Now, there's going to be times when you actually want it to look much better than that and you want it much more optimized. Would it be okay to show you how you can do that without actually needing a degree in journalism? Yeah?
Yeah.
So let me share.
So you list it first and then you can amend it.
Well, you can if you've created it yourself, but let me just get the title. If I'd written that listing, I would have gone away and done something else. Let me just stop sharing because I need to go and get into something. I can't see it. There we go.
If we're doing bundles, we're going to be creating our own listings, aren't we?
You are, and you're going to need this, which is why I'm showing you it.
Is it called Chatbot?
It is a chatbot.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I'm just writing it down.
We have a problem with Chat GPT right now, Amanda. And
Great.
that is that the global servers are overwhelmed and no one can get an account if they haven't got one at the minute.
That's a bit of a pain.
I've been trying every day for the last 7 days. So
Okay.
would you like to hear today's wrap? Because every time you log in, it gives you something. So today's wrap is, yeah, yo, what's up, Chat GPT fam? A lot of people trying to jam, but don't worry, we've got your back. Just check back soon, we'll get on track. Chat GPT is the place to be for all your AI chat needs. We're working hard to keep up the pace, so hold tight, we'll be back in this space. So don't you worry, don't be mad, we're working hard, it's not so bad. Just give us time and we'll be back. Chat GPT, the future of chat. That's a fact.
Oh, do you know some person's been paid a fortune to devise that?
No, they haven't, darling. It's been done by AI.
It's been all
Okay.
done to these, so that'll be
Oh, goodness. So goodbye, Pam Ayres.
So I've just told it, as you can see by all of these down there, it's been working really hard on eBay today. I've just told it to write an optimized Amazon listing for the Love You EDP. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's taken a while.
Oh, 'cause
It's
that's the
having to
longest
think about it. Well,
That's the
because this
longest
is
I've ever
brand
heard.
new, it's got nothing to actually focus on. It's having to go and search, and this is too new. And I did think this might happen.
What do you mean by optimized?
Can
Is
be
this-
for Google. So Google likes stuff written in a particular way.
Right,
It
I'm with you.
likes
Okay.
repeating certain words. It's not going to be able to do it because this is too new and there's nothing on Google for it to find. So I did wonder if it was going to, and it has, it's completely stalled. So let's just go and look at a hair argon.
Oh, we got one over you, AI.
Well, so it's searching everything everywhere and it's creating whatever. So this is what I asked it earlier, and I'm going to show you the speed that it does it.
So where are you going? Right,
So
I
in
see
the
now.
bottom here, I've just told it, create eBay listing for Avon Argan Hair Serum. So I have to be specific. I need to tell it what I want. So it can find this because there's plenty on there. So it's giving me my title and it's giving me my description. Much better
So you
than
just
I
copy
can
and
do it.
paste this then? Wow.
Does it use American spelling?
It hasn't, but it might. It depends where it finds the information from. Now,
Right, okay.
you need to be the editor. So you need to look at this and you need, oh, it's giving American pricing now. So it's obviously found some of the information. If I told it that I wanted it for a UK listing, it probably wouldn't have done that. So I have to be very specific of what I want. So I can copy and paste that, but I probably want to take out anything I'm not comfortable with. And definitely, obviously, the price needs to be whatever.
Do we have to pay for this tool?
It's free. If you can get on it.
And what is the other
No,
one
but
looks
it's
like?
not-
Is
Jasper's another one. There's plenty of them, but this is the best one.
Jasper?
Yeah. So I did
JAS.
this was funny. I wrote an eBay description for it wasn't Batman. It was for another Lego, and it put me in it. So I'd obviously did something, but it just went rogue, and I ended up being one of the characters in it, which was quite bonkers. So I found that I had a Lipsy bag, and that was the description that it gave me. But obviously the colour was pink, and it decided that it was brown. So you do need to be an editor and just check it, but it can type it a damn sight quicker than you can. This one was a Star Wars one. Okay, so I found, probably still behind me somewhere, a Star Wars figure, and I typed write the eBay listing, and it found all of this information for me, which I didn't have a clue about.
So is this chat service on Amazon, or are you?
No, it's called chat.openai.com.
Sorry,
Right.
chat.openai.com.
Chat.
I'll drop you
hang
the
on.
link. I'll drop you the link into the
Chat
group.
dot openai.com. One question, I know it's nothing to do with Amazon, but probably a lot of these girls would appreciate it. If you are writing an ad for reps to join your team, could this particular help you? Could it help you? You know, oh, I know. All right, okay. You're gonna do.
There you go.
What does it say? It says
Nothing yet.
join Helen's team, Helen.
There you go.
So join my team, Lou. Look, my team personally.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your ad.
Come on,
Wow.
Could you show me what it looks like if you're doing a bundle?
We're doing bundles now.
All right, thank you.
Oh, this
Okay.
is so good.
So,
I
are we
might
liking,
use
are we
that anyway.
liking things that can write stuff for us? Yes? No,
What
possibly.
were the other sites you recommended? I know you said this one, what best?
Jasper.
Jasper.
Yeah.
What's that, Louise? Jasper is another website.
It's another one of these writing things.
It's called AI. So basically, it can write anything. You do need to know that what it's written is correct, and you need to just check it and make sure that there's no little bits have gone in it, like I end up being one of Star Wars. There you go. That was quite funky. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just getting the message now. Look, that Sam's just got. Is that what you get, Sam?
That's the one, my love. That's the one.
You will get it eventually, but I wrote 50,000 words of the book in an hour.
Been in news, hasn't it? Because kids are using it to write their exam.
And you can check it.
Wow, this is amazing. I'm loving this.
Okay.
Some company contacted me and wanted me to pay for this. They wanted me to pay them to do exactly what that bot is doing. I was like, you're crazy.
You pay for Jasper. Jasper gives you a 14-day free trial and then you pay for it, which is why I'm holding out for ChatGPT.
There are going to be others, so just wait and watch. Are we good? Do we like it?
Yeah, we do.
Definitely.
I'm an ex-journalist and I'm on the love-hate side of this, because I can write that, not at that speed, obviously, unless I'm on something serious, which I'm never going to be, but it will take the donkey work out of anything you ever do. Okay. Right.
Sam, have you tried this in the middle of the night?
Have I?
Just out of in.
No,
Yeah,
'cause
just
I'm
try.
snoring. I'm snoring in the middle of the
Oh,
night.
you're a snorer. Okay.
Okay, we're going back to create. I can hear a little girl downstairs going absolutely mental, bless her.
Want to go and check on her for 2 minutes?
No, honey, she's been doing it all day. But you should have a
Giving birth
break.
to
to go-
beautiful
I'm
kittens.
looking at the time, and I think it's probably coffee break time or loo break time or tea break time for Lou. Is that cool? Do you want 5 minutes to go sort yourselves out?
Oh my God. I wish I could make you a cup of tea, Amanda.
I'm going to
I
go
wish I
get a
could
bottle of
make you
water.
all a cup of tea.
I'm going to
but
go and get my water out the fridge. Do you want 5 minutes? Is that good?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Go
See
then.
you in a
I'm going to get a
minute.
bottle of water out the fridge.
Oh, come on, leg. Come on. Come on, leg. Just pull yourself together. Oh, glasses.
Yes, I can hear you. You're being very loud.
Amanda, did you just yell for me and say you've got kittens?
No.
Oh, okay.
I yelled to say, tell her to shut up. You freezing, Gemma?
Yeah, because I've obviously getting out of the shower and not drying my hair, so I had to put my little house coat. I suppose it's probably called. To sound out old when you call it a house coat, but yeah, a bit chilly.
I have the same problem when I don't dry my hair.
I come into work with wet hair, but it's normally dry by the time people come in.
Amanda, do you know you're on 2 screens?
I am, darling, because we were having an issue with sound on one and vision on the other. So you got to see me twice, sorry.
Sorry, I just thought it was on the drink, had double vision.
You're still recovering from Monday night.
Yeah, a wee bit.
People did
Until I'm
kind
getting
of go
older.
for it a bit, didn't they?
The what?
People did kind of go for it a bit.
Well, they did all right. Best you've ever seen.
And I was in bed by midnight. How good was I?
Yeah.
Was it your own?
Of course. My husband was there. Don't be naughty.
Just asking.
Yeah, I
was
have been
also,
to
weren't
many
we?
I have been to many events with and watched the Walk of Shame on the morning.
Well, I'm not saying who, but we saw a walk of shame ourselves.
Oh no. Don't even
Not saying who.
Might have to ply you with a few scotches at some point.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like we really need to know that information.
We don't, because it's still recording, so we're not going to ask that information.
No,
Would it
absolutely
not
not.
be Irishes, not Scott, not whiskies, not Scott? Oh God, I
Oh
can't.
yeah, sorry, darling. I forgot.
Would it not be Paddy's, not Scott?
Or is Bushmills Irish?
It is, yeah.
Yay!
What's your
There's
preference?
an alcohol there. Sorry. Oh.
Anyone sold a love you yet?
And the first person who drops the price, really? It won't be one of
No.
you, just so
Would
you know.
I? Would I?
So the downside of a brand new listing is nobody knows about it yet. So that lovely little share on Facebook, share on Twitter link will actually get you a competitive advantage over anybody else, because you're telling the world it exists. Have you seen this fabulous new fragrance from? You can buy it exclusively before it launches next month on my link.
And the only person that's like mine is Trudy Dixon.
You know, going back to the lipsticks, are you listing all 15 separately?
Well, we're listing them on a main one with all of the ones underneath it, because that's actually the most effective way to do it. Because if somebody buys one, they might want to buy another one. So it's called a parent and child theme. So you have the main listing that says it is whatever, and then the child theme underneath gives you all of the different ones.
Can I ask what price you'd be doing them at? Or it doesn't?
I don't know yet. I haven't worked it out. I'm waiting for them to arrive to then go and work it out.
You ordered the £94. Yeah, they work out. I did it all this morning. We've bought them at £6.26 each.
So what we need to work out
What's
is
the nice-
Okay.
we need to work out what it's going to cost us going forward and then still make a profit on it. Are we all back?
If you buy the 8, that works
Kim's
out at
not-
725.
Are we all back?
Kim's not back.
Where's the deal for £94, Helen, out of interest? Is that in First Look?
I think it's in first look.
Yes, love.
Just
Just for anyway, because I'm thinking,
Okay. Sorry, Lou.
don't worry, I don't want
The
to
loo.
interrupt. I've been to the loo, thank you, and I've got a cup of tea. Is that what you're asking?
No.
Oh,
Louise.
sorry. Sorry, everyone. What were you asking me? I thought you said, have you been to the loo? Sorry.
So, if I can remember what
Number 1 or number 2?
Lou, I think you need this. Oh, hang on. I think you need this mug, don't you? Oh,
I'll always right. So, bearing in mind when you talk about lipsticks now, right?
Yeah.
Avon are going to push for that from 1st of February. Are we expecting Amazon to hold the price? Or are Amazon, this is your risk into, because you just don't know if Amazon are just going to blow that
So-
price. We don't know what their cost they're buying it, do we?
If what we spotted on the serum this morning is an indication of what's going to happen going forward, it is rocking up on the 6th of February at £16.99 on Amazon, sold by Amazon. So basically, they're already undercutting the brochure on that. So I don't know is the honest answer.
How much is it in the brochure?
18.
Oh, sorry, you're talking about the power serum.
Just as an example, well, I weren't talking about that, but that's what Amanda used as an example, because we don't know at this point with the lipstick
What they're going to put it on at.
sell it at. So
Yeah.
you work your costings out of what's going to make a profit for you, but if they come in and just completely undercut, yeah.
It is a risk. Now, ordinary, a lipstick wouldn't be something that I would do because it's not in my strategy for that price. However, one slide would make me make that 90 quid investment. And the slide said where it was going to be shown. So TV, social, Amazon. So if they're driving the traffic to Amazon and then they're searching for it and they find me on a listing or any of us on a listing, and then they think, oh yeah, that's all right, but they also then have the opportunity to buy anything else that I have from Avon. So they might visit and not buy straight away, but who else goes on Amazon and goes, what else can I find while I'm on here? I know I'm not the only one.
Would you be tempted, because you said your sweet spot's sort of 15 to 20, are you likely to do 2 for this price?
I'm likely to bundle it. Yeah, absolutely.
Which is not what the Amazon thing is. That's going to be a
They won't.
single item, isn't it? Yeah.
So I'll show you what I've done on eBay that I'm going to do on Amazon, if that works. Have we got everyone back? Oh, Kim's back. Is there anybody missing? No? Okay. Let's just show you something that I've done. Have I really not got eBay open?
Would it be the case that some products are anyway cheaper anyway from just ordinary sellers?
Yes.
Price.
Yes.
So what Avon is that? What Avon?
It's definitely a thing that other sellers could do it. Sorry, it's telling me there's people entered the waiting room. Oh, I don't want to do that. Go away. No, I think everybody's here and on.
Is it that
Ron
Ronke?
Ronke.
Oh, am I still missing somebody?
Ron Kef that.
You had 10, but you had 2 screens on. So it
So what-
makes it 9. So that's probably right, isn't it?
It's not. She definitely is missing because she was chatting earlier, wasn't she?
I can't see anybody waiting to come in, so
She's had enough.
She's had enough. She's done. She's off list.
gone away. She said enough. All right, no worries. Okay, so let's just go and oh, I've got a sale. I've got 2 sales. Oh, hello.
Oh,
Is that the Love You?
No.
Oh,
Right, so I'm going to show you something that I've done on my store. I have to go and find where it's going first before I do share screen because it doesn't let me.
You know, like on Amazon, we have the sellers amp. Is there like one, is there the same kind of thing for an eBay store that, or does that make sense?
How many of you have got proper stores on eBay?
No, not yet.
Um,
no, I've
There's,
stayed away from eBay.
there's a free piece of software on eBay that shows you all sorts of lovely stuff. Right, so let me show you what I've done. Right, I've done, can you see my screen? Yeah, you can, because I can see it myself. Right, so can you see we've got little bundles going on here of different things, but then I've taken it a step further and I've done bigger bundles. So it's got matching stuff. And then I've got a bundle of a hand cream and a lipstick and a nail polish. Then I've got a bundle of other stuff. So all of these little bundly things that I've put together. Now this one's made of stuff that I've ended up with for free. That's why the price is so cheap. So this little bundle set here is going to end up on Amazon. Yes? No?
Right. Yes.
So it makes more sense to me to have far more showing than just individual items. And then I can clear stuff as well.
This is gorgeous.
I want to come to your shop, Amanda.
Yeah, I do as well. It's lovely.
So I did some work on it this morning. But what I also have on it is, so when you go through on it, I actually have it, I've put, there you go. So you can see, I didn't write this. My lovely little thing wrote it for me this morning. There you go.
Right, can I just ask you a question, just because I'm being nosy?
Mm.
So, Sweet Spot, Amazon, 15 to 20.
Yeah.
A lot of £5, £7, £10 eBay. Is that because your costs are a lot lower, so you can absorb it more?
So a lot of it is getting shot of stuff. Right, this one goes out in a large letter for a start, and this is clearance rubbish that's been sat in a box for 4 years downstairs.
Yep.
Now the sweet spot for on here, so one, I can control the price. Two, they're likely to buy 2s and 3s or more of something. So the sweet spot again is probably about £15 if you can get up to that. But in general, the higher you get, the better. But on eBay, your speed of sale will be on the much lower value items.
Right.
So do you want, so these are clearance, and it's either going to sit in a box, and this is a starting bid anyway, it's the only one I've got on there with a bid, I think. But in general, the bundles are all stuff that I've paid nothing for.
Yeah, it's freebies, so it's just all extra going back in.
It's all, so when you've ordered stuff, you've ended up with an eyeliner, or you've ended up with a micellar water, or you've ended up with a face mask or a nail polish or a whatever. And I'm just bundling them all together to just get some quick revenue.
Does
Yeah.
the customer pay the postage?
Yes, they do. And my postage is set at £3.99. And on my extras, if they want more than one, it's normally 50p or £1 extra,
Okay.
because then that covers.
And
the
also,
fees.
is it buy now or Pacific price?
It's almost all by now, and there's then the odd auction,
Auction.
and it is
Okay.
the odd auction. Nearly everything on there is buy it now.
What was the software called? I've wrote eBay software, but I didn't catch what you said.
I'll drop you the link for it.
Okay, thank you.
It's 6
But
weeks
there's-
before we start on eBay one then.
Soon. Yes, I've written most of it. I'm just doing all the videos because what I want to give you is I want to do it with you. But then when you want to go and do it yourself, I want the videos there in place. And I'm also
Yeah.
testing everything. So I can say to you, I did this and this happened.
You've written it on a chatbot.
Have I written it all in chatbot? Sadly not. I did contemplate it and then pushing it all out, and I thought that's a bit cheating, and I can't actually then show you the graph of what happened. But it's right in the listings. Yeah. And that I can show you quicker, because unlike Amazon, where the listings for everybody, the listings on there are for me. And I'm just showing you that the more you give people an opportunity to buy, and there's lots of little tricks on eBay, the more they will. Yeah. Right. Should we get back to Amazon?
Mm.
Are we good? Somebody's got my cough.
Yeah, me, chest infection, by the way. Yeah.
Has it not gone yet?
Well, I've just finished my last antibiotic, so it's getting there.
Being antibiotics, they're not a thing, but there you go. So there's my
Yes.
listing. Yeah.
On share screen.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Hang on. Okay. So there's my listing. Yeah. And the buy box is still, so the buy box is the person who is being shown with it. I could take that buy box off her by dropping my price to 97. But oh, hello, hang on.
That's not me.
It's
Oh,
all
that's
right.
excluding that. It's all right.
It's excluding that. Don't have a heart attack. It's fine. So can we see that we'll have over here?
My buy box actually shows somebody different.
Well, it rotates.
Who you got, Jem?
It's is it Beauty Within?
Our Beauty With, that's me.
Wait, yeah, I thought it was you. Yeah,
There is a Within as well. There's a Beauty Within out there, and I don't know who that is.
our
The
Beauty.
buy
With.
box rotates. So different people will see different things. Have you got Prime, Gemma?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. So on the screen, you can now see all of those people, and that buy box will rotate through all of them. Now, if I send that item in to Amazon and I add £1 to the price and I put it on a shipping plan, I'll take the buy box off anybody who's got Prime, and I'll be more expensive. Does anybody get why?
I'm just
No.
trying to.
Is it just because it's on Prime? Because Amazon have got it.
Exactly. So Amazon have already got it. They favour Prime, but the chances are when I go on and I want to buy something, I'm going to tick the little box that says I want this tomorrow. It won't show all the others. It'll only show me. And I can actually get a premium on it. Do we get that?
I'm just trying to process all that, to be honest.
So everybody on there, they're all companies that sell a reasonable amount. So they've got a history with selling merchant fulfilled on Amazon. They look after their customers, they ship it quickly, it gets to wherever. Now you can actually see the ratings that people have got. So you can see that that one's got quite a lot more ratings than that one.
Listen,
But-
I'm celebrating 32. I had 10 last week.
So
Hang on, that's for the proprietor as opposed to the product.
yes.
Yes.
Right, okay.
So all of these people have different levels of sales, but they will all rotate the buy box differently for different reasons. Now, things that count are positive feedback, ratings, length of time on it, amount that they've sold, amount of that item that they've sold. So keeping something in stock all the time, even if it's only one, will actually help you moving forward. But all of those are pretty equal in all fairness. So the buy box will rotate. Now, I can disrupt that lovely little thing going on for those people who have Prime. Because if they're like me and they've gone on there because they want something tomorrow, they're going to tick a box at the side that says, I want this tomorrow. And none of those, well, actually, I will show because I have expedited delivery on mine. So they can pick and pay for delivery tomorrow on mine. Whereas if I send it into Amazon, that will show first, even if it's more money. Because the customer has ticked the box that says, I want this tomorrow. And Amazon will say, well, we can get it there to you tomorrow. We have it in stock. Have this one as the buy box. Now, if it was a customer who didn't have Prime, it'll rotate the buy box with them all equally. And it'll more than likely favour the cheaper ones. Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
So when you put your name in, put something in your Google box and it comes up with like best deal, best buy, that means that person's got the buy box, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the person on here, oh, let's get rid of that. I'm doing it on the wrong computer. That's not going to work, is it? So the person that's being offered the sale here is them. Now, they're the person who created the listing in the first place. However,
Yeah.
it will rotate and they won't hold it. And they haven't sold any. So they don't have that competitive advantage yet. So if Sam sells hers first, then Sam's going to take the advantage of her. If somebody else goes and drops the price by a penny and they sell first, then they're taking the advantage of her as well. Yeah.
Mm.
Do we
Mm.
understand that it's a computer working it out, not a human being?
Mm.
So it all gets thrown into the pot and it just rotates.
Can I just ask some, you know, screen we were just on where we were looking at all different sellers. Now this might sound real daft, but where do you just genuinely wait for customers to leave reviews?
Yes.
You've got 20 some thousand.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I don't push it. Because Amazon has a policy of manipulating reviews and you don't want to break it.
Yeah, I did see that. So I would just, yeah, it was just a genuine, because I've never
no.
reviewed anything.
So the reason that we have a higher percentage of reviews more recently in the last few years is because we ship it quickly. And if a customer's getting it quicker than they expected, they're much more likely to go online and say, oh, got it quicker than we thought. We also have a couple of negatives of people that are being not nice. So one we had this morning says fake. And that's because they are a drop shipper. They have sold it to the customer wanted to return it. So now they're going to lose out completely unless they say the item is fake and they get the full refund. So unfortunately, a lot you can do about that. You get the odd one. So are we happy about buy boxes and listing just to merchant fulfill?
One
Everybody?
question, if you fulfill it yourself, do you put a little business card in with it saying where it's come from?
Okay, so stuff that goes in should follow a kind of, there's a template thing out there somewhere. Yes, I do. And it says it was shipped by, so I put for any of my orders and the contact details if there's any issues. So it's just a polite little thing. What you shouldn't be putting in is anything that sends them off Amazon. And if they do a test buy on you and you've done that, then you will get a violation for that.
You need your phone number and email, is that about right?
So if you put a little line that says for any issues, and then you put the information on, so you can get away with that. They probably wouldn't love my QR code, but in general, to be compliant, it shouldn't have shed loads on it.
So phone number and
yeah, nice little message that said, thank you for supporting my small business. In the unlikely event there were any issues, please get in touch, or words to that effect.
You're not downgraded if you don't put that in though, do you? Are you? No.
Lou, I made some up on Louise, I made some up on banana print.
Right.
It's just a simple little dot thing, just like a business card with a dot. And they were, I think they're £7 for 100. So I didn't think that was too bad.
I just print them.
But I'm going to alter it a bit now because I'll need to put any
print
issues.
them on these.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
You all right?
Are we good?
I'm still a bit confused about the buy box, to be honest. I'm sorry, just carry on, but I'm just trying to work it out in my brain.
Okay, so essentially, there are, for argument's sake, 10 sellers on one listing. So you all have to list on the same product, on the same listing, and you're listed in price order down the right-hand side. 2 of them have sold it into Amazon, and 8 of them are merchant fulfilling it and sending it themselves. If most of them are a similar price, so within £1 of each other or 99p, the buy box, the computer will do a little rotation thing and it'll spin it and it'll just give the buy box percentage wise to the people who are within that parameter of that £1. Now, the only people who can get away with being higher than that, or anybody who sent it in to Amazon and the customer has said they want it tomorrow, they can get away with a much higher price because the customer wants it tomorrow. Now, if they've got very low feedback and it's sort of 50, 60, 70%, it's going to rotate the other people and skip them. And then it might eventually come back round to them when everybody else is sold out of stock. But all things being equal, if they ship on time, they've got reasonable customer feedback, they've got it in stock, it's going to rotate relatively equally amongst everybody within that price range. Now, it has to show a seller to the customer. And dependent on whether the seller has Prime or tick the box or not, it will determine who's going to get it. So if they've ticked the box and said they want it tomorrow, it's only going to give those sellers who can get it to them tomorrow.
I get all that, but I'm thinking of it as from the point of view of when I buy from Amazon, I'm just ticking buy now on whatever I'm
you
on.
accept the buy box that they've given you. You don't care, you're not looking, and neither are they. So
Right,
you don't,
I'm with- yeah,
buyer
yeah.
doesn't care. They're doing what you do. It's, yep, I want this. When are they telling me I can have it? But I want it tomorrow. I'm ticking the box that says, can I have it tomorrow? They'll give a different person to me. And I'm just saying, pay here. Customer doesn't see any of that. They don't care.
Right, okay, that's where, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm more with it, put it that way.
Perfect.
It would all come to pass.
Right. Are we ready for a bundle? I have done a video on this, so don't have a heart attack. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, good. Okay, I'm sharing my screen again. Now, remember we had the discussion earlier about, why is it not sharing my screen? We had the discussion earlier about barcodes, and you had to list on the barcode if you had one. Yes?
Yes.
There are times when you don't. So I'm just moving you to the bottom of the screen. So for argument's sake, I now want to list, like I did on eBay, my lovely little bundle. Hello? The screen is doing mad things. So I now don't have a barcode to do it with. Okay. So what I have to do is I have to go and ask, how do I list something without a unique product code? Because that's what a barcode is. So there is a link for this, which I've very kindly found for you. And I've put in the workbook. So there's two things you're going to look for. You're either going to look for UPC, which is unique product code, or you're going to look for GTIN exempt. So let's do GTIN first.
What does GTIN stand for?
I can't remember, but I will look it up for you. I'm sure it's actually in the book.
Amanda, where is this book? Is it in Grow?
Yes, darling. I'll show you where it is in a minute.
And item number.
There you go. It's just told us. Global trade item number. There you go. So it's basically the barcode. It's just a product identifier. Now, in the little search up here, it's telling you that you can apply for an exemption. So this is mainly for people who are either selling bundles or stuff they've made themselves. And you can actually apply for an exemption for something that doesn't have one. Okay? Now, what it actually does, when you go to do add product, it just adds a little tiny bit of code up here. And then when you go to list it, you're going to need all of your information. So you're going to need pictures with a white background. I use Canva and I remove any backgrounds that I find. And I line them all up together nicely and arrange them. And then I use that picture. You're going to need content. So you're going to need your title. So I've shown you the sort of AI that's out there that can do it for you if you're not very good yourself. And you're going to need some bullet points. So bullet points should be what is in it for the customer. So, for example, you were listing a bundle of seaside stuff, including, for example, some sun cream. So the highest factor sun cream, factor 50, so you can spend longer in the sun. So what's in it for the customer? All the little bullet points. And it's less than 100 ml, so you can put it in your hand luggage. And, you know, so stuff like that. So when you search for it here, it'll take you through a whole host of things to find it. And there's a pen in the backside to find, which is why I've actually put it in. So there you go. It says you can apply for a UPC exemption. Now,
And we need to do that, yeah.
Right, so can you see here? This little link up here now has GTIN X. So that's GTIN exemption. Now, if I do want to add product, I'm just going to copy that and I'm going to show you the difference. So when you're listing, it just does product search and you can start adding it. And this will actually give you something very similar in a second. So it's going to be generic because it's a bundle and it's telling you for unbranded items or bundles or generic. And I need to select a category and I'm going to select beauty. Okay. So I'm going to check if I'm eligible to do that. Do not add in Avon, it won't give it you. So let's check the eligibility. And I can now list it. Now, that place that we were earlier where we did add a product, when I click here to add the product, it now has this at the end. So it looks the same as where you were going to add it earlier in your little add product section, but it's got this bit at the end, which is basically an exemption. So if I wanted to put my, what else have I got on there that's got, so I want to put my eyeliner bundle that's got my micellar water on. I'm going to pick, I'm adding a product that isn't sold on Amazon. You see that?
Amanda, can I just ask a quick question before we go on?
Yep, sorry, go on.
All right. So if you were doing a bundle, it becomes generic.
Yeah.
You didn't have to be ungated for Avon.
No.
No.
You wouldn't need to be ungated for Avon, but you would need to be ungated for any of the categories that it's going in.
So going back to the pillows situation.
Yeah. So if you were selling, the pillow with a pillowcase,
yeah, then
theoretically you wouldn't need ungating for the pillow.
When you say theoretically, that usually means if you do, something's going to happen.
No, 90% of the time it should work.
Is there a chance that you could still be gated for the brand though?
It shouldn't because it's gone generic.
Oh, it's gone generic. No, that's right. Yeah.
Gemma.
There is a possibility that if it's in the title and they are brand registered, it might then ask you to go for it.
Okay.
Because you are going to put it in the title.
I like your thinking, Mark.
And you wouldn't be the first. And people are doing it all the time. They have a mare with chocolates at Christmas. So I'm selecting this. and I'm going to put it in this category. So everything that I'm going to do now would be exactly the same as if I were creating this from scratch. So I need a decent title. I don't need to put in a product ID number because it's now going to be a generic. I don't need any of these because it's generic. I can put the brand in if I want to, or I can say it doesn't have a brand name, but it's still listed under generic.
So would you put Avon in there? No, I mean, would you, when you were doing it?
In general, yeah, I would. So,
Michelle, what you used to get it off?
hence the bundle. Is this going to let me do it?
Just look, I don't have product ID.
I shouldn't have to do it because it's gone under generic. Oh, it's asking me to apply again. It's got a glitch again. So what it should have done is it should have taken me straight through to do it without needing it. And for whatever reason, it's having a glitch. I do occasionally get this. So what I might have to do is list it without Avon in it. But I have managed to do it with Avon a few times. Because I'm under the right space to do it.
Are these some of the typically of some of the anomalies that happen with Amazon, I take it?
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
Right, so now it's telling me, do I want to restore that listing? But I'm not going to. Because, yeah, it should actually be up here as well. It's obviously got an issue this evening, so it's not letting me. Obviously, it wouldn't. Yeah, it's asking for it here, so there's obviously an issue this evening. I'll have a crack tomorrow and I'll video it and do it for you. And there is a video already, which I'm going to show you where it is. This is your group. And you have files and you have guides. And there's stuff under both of them, I think. 3 weeks later, while it tells me where it is. It definitely is having to go slow tonight, isn't it?
I'm not surprised with all those tabs open. You're like the tab queen. Look at all them. You know how you function.
Okay, so there's 60-day planner before you get started. That is Canva. That's possibly the other software. So if you go and have a look under file. Not in there. That's not good. I'm sure I posted it in there. I'll show you what it looks like. I use Canva for absolutely everything. from building a website and a landing page to designing logos to mood boards to oh, and creating CVs. I actually had to show somebody how to do a CV the other day.
Have you done your own logo then, Amanda, for your own business?
I've done several.
Mm.
So this is with what we've got, and I constantly update it. There's no point us just sitting and walking all the way through it. This is for you to go through bit by bit, and there are links, and all of these will be populated with other stuff as well. But there's a journey for you. There's everything that you need for setting up your accounts and changing to limited companies. There's a link for setting up a limited company in there. Some terminology, there's getting started, there's what to sell, there's links through on all of these. Just going to move this out of the way and make it bigger so you can actually see what the heck I'm talking about. There's a calculator to check your Amazon fees, but you're probably going to use something different. Links to the help section. There's the approval page link for getting. Some guidelines on hazmat. There's all your products that require approval. That's a link to a video on Amazon that talks about it. This is talking about sizing and other stuff. Fulfilled by Amazon versus fulfilled by merchant. Shipping settings, there's the link to take you straight through to do it. Prep guidelines, shipping, create your own Royal Mail online business account, click and drop account. I use ShipStation because I do lots. Lots of ways to get banned or not get banned, please. It takes ages for me to actually get you unbanned. Although I did get another one back the other week. Links through to A2X, which is a piece of software that works with Xero, which is an account software. Link My Books does something similar. What's the buy box? The Small and Light program, which we're going to talk about next week. That will give you the link to check if it's eligible for Small and Light, so under £10 and under the sizing. We talked about that last week. This is what we're talking about now, GTN exempt bundles, and there's a video there that you can go click through, so it's already there for you. Guidelines of what to do, what not to do. We're going to talk about reports, but not yet, because that will give you a heart attack. Stock reports that you might need. Seller performance that you need to keep checking on. Brand registry, what to do, how to get a trademark, how to get your own barcodes and where from. Dirty tricks and reporting people. Useful stuff like Keeper, the Spring Fair. Tools that you might want. Labels that we use, tape that we use, IKEA tables. There you go. So all of that, I'm going to put the link in the group again. I know it's in there somewhere, but I will go and give you the link. Have all of you actually signed up for an account on the free link? For a premium account?
I've just kept mine going.
I did, but it gave me 2 accounts. It gave me, I was able to swap from yours to mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that too.
So you can have 2 accounts. You can have as many accounts as you want. The link from here that I give you will give you a premium version you don't have to pay for.
Yeah, I've got the pro version already, but yeah, it's good how it can swap it over. I will say that.
So I will download this and put it in then. If you're not on the social media cafe link, then you can't get into it. So I'll have to download it as a PDF and I'll put it in the group as a PDF then, and then you can access it in your own Canva. But there's lots in there for you to see. And the video's there for doing the IP, the bundle anywhere. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, we've done shed loads of information again tonight. So we've talked about listing for merchant fulfilled. Do we think we could do that?
Give it a whirl eventually.
We've talked about ungating. We've talked about the buy box, and hopefully you've got a better understanding of what that is now.
Yes.
We've talked about listings and what we can use to create them. So things that can write it for us. I personally find that it blows me away, the ability of that. So I can't imagine what it does for you guys. We've talked about the buy box rotating. We've talked about the competition, so other people selling and how you should be on the same listing. So out of everything that we've done tonight, what resonates with you? What is going to make you go and do something?
Get ungated. Right, once we get ungated.
You need to get ungated. Have you got an invoice?
Mm.
Have you tried yet?
Yes, I'm waiting for a reply to tell me. I can't
When
do
did you do it?
it. Yesterday.
Oh yeah, I remembered you were doing it.
You do have to go and look at their messages because sometimes they don't tell you and you go in and you just find that you're ungated.
Do you know it?
Check before we came on this call and we were in.
You've
So-
not seen it. Okay.
Can I do it again without a reply tonight, or do I have to wait for a reply?
Probably wait till tomorrow and then go and have a look. And you can try with something else.
I don't think I've got anything else with 10 items on.
That's where the problem is. What about other people? Gemma, anything that you've seen that resonates with you?
I've put myself on the waiting list for that software that
It's really good, isn't it?
yeah, because I think as well that would massively help with eBay as well.
Oh, absolutely,
Um,
without a shadow. It's written all my eBay listings today.
Yeah, so I really like that. I think I would probably create more bundles now that I know how to do it, because it's not something I've done. So
Right.
definitely.
Ivan, is anything sinking in better for you?
It's all sinking in. It's sort of, yeah. The bundle selling I've never done. I've basically just copied what's there. So I've never actually set up anything new myself. So I've gone through stuff we have and I've looked and it says it's not on SAS. So I'll do it another day. So I'll maybe try getting,
The upside of a
two
bundle.
new listings.
The upside of a bundle is if they are products people are already searching for, you can actually sell more and raise your bottom line. So last year, my average selling price was £10–11, and I've managed to shift it up to over 16, and that's even when I've been selling through on some cheap stuff. So at one point, my average selling price was about £26. And that's a really good place to be because the chances are you've actually got decent profit in that. So the lower the value, the harder it is for you to get a profit. And you're doing a lot of work. So even if they're moving really fast, to earn pennies on something, there's got to be a bloody good reason for it.
Yeah.
So raising the bar and raising your average value is where you're going to make the most money.
Can we sell on a bundle listing, on someone else's bundle listing? Can we?
Yeah,
sell?
you can.
So if we-
Absolutely, it's not theirs. And there are bundle listings out there.
Once it's listed, if I'm right, anyone can sell the same listing, can't they?
That's the downside. Now, the upside of that is there's plenty of space for you all. And the more people that are on it, so I liken how people buy on Amazon to the penny falls at the seaside. you put your penny in and it goes around this little wheel and then it goes around that little wheel and then it goes down there. And that's like a buyer coming on. So when you buy a product on Amazon, underneath, what does it do? It says, you might also like, or this seller also sells, or, so these are all the little wheels turning. Now, if they've come on my listing for a bottle of water, and I also have the mixings that go with it, then that's great. So they're going to go and have a look at that as well. Now, if they go on Kim's listing for it, and Kim actually sells ice cube trays, then they're going to see the ice cube trays for first, and then they're going to see the water. So actually more people get to see all of the listings because you're all different and showing different things and bringing more people on. So it's not a bad thing to have other people on the listing because you're actually opening it up to far more people. And then the ranking drops and then the sales go up. And then you get some idiots that change the price. But hey, unfortunately, that's how it goes with Amazon. Have we got any more burning questions that I can answer this evening, bearing in mind it's now 20 to 10? Kim, you're on mute, darling.
Oh,
I work full time. So with regards to delivery timescales, it's going to be a bit longer for me. Would Amazon fulfillment be better for me?
Yeah, so there's two reasons why it would be. So one, the time scale with the delay is going to cause you grief. And I'm right in thinking yours is a brand new account, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm still not up yet.
Okay, so as a brand spanking new account, Amazon tells you that unless you're sending stuff in, you're unlikely to gain the buy box within the first 3 months. So if you actually send stuff in, you will get it the second it hits. So you will get the opportunity to get it the second it hits if you're within the parameters. So you'll see your sales. So for example, somebody else I've been working with, within a day of it hitting, he was actually getting sales. And on the Saturday, he was watching it and watching it and watching it. And then he got a sale, and then he sent me a message and said, I've got my first sale. And he was ecstatic. And he said he'd been refreshing it all day. So the chances are within a few days with the right products of the lower ranking value, you are likely to get sales. If you're not getting them within the first week, your pricing is out.
Okay. So also I need to find out what I need to send to Amazon as well because of parcels, the packaging, the tape, and stuff like that.
Yep, that's all in that lovely little thing that I'm going to download and put in.
Yeah.
So I personally use Kite Packaging.
Yeah, we had dreams about that last week. Packaging.
We did.
And I have actually been on websites in between calls because I work in a call centre for Kite and comparing prices and that. And it's amazing what, although a packaging can be expensive, but the delivery charge can be cheap, or it can be the other way around. It's really weird.
So I was explaining to Lou earlier the little bags that you put stuff in. If you buy one set of 100, you can be paying a hell of a lot of money for them. You buy 10 sets of 100 and the price drops through the floor, because that means you're getting a full box of it. And I have some very lovely tape things that screw to the desk.
Yeah.
And basically they save us so much time. The downside of those tapes, and I'm telling you now before you try and sue me for it, don't leave the little catch off because you'll walk past it and you'll end up, and it will take chunks out of your leg or rip your trousers or your skirt. So put the little thing back up because you will walk into it and you will hurt yourself. I have done it on many occasions.
So where are you downloading this guide to?
Where am I doing what? Oh, I'm going to put it in the group for you. I'm going to download it as a PDF and I'll upload it into there, and then I'll signpost it and say, there it is. What I'll do is put the link under today's date on the event thing.
Made perfect sense.
I'll tag you in when it comes up, Ivan.
Have we got any questions, chaps? I'm going to stop recording and then I'll ask the question again. Hang on.